That's how it's gonna be, like that. Okay, the two wires gonna be connected, swaging in like that. That's it. This is literally it. Hey guys, you are back with your boy Major, and you're hauling with Major Transport Services. And today I'm back at the trailer, man. Back at the trailer again, working on another project. Hey, because when you're in this game, you're gonna find yourself constantly working on projects. Unless you're not mechanically sound, then that's fine. And if you got the bread, you'll be constantly spending money with mechanics and whatnot, trying to get things fixed, especially little things like what I'm about to do today. What I'm about to do today is repair this winch finally and forever. And I have my crimp tool, and this looks similar to a bolt cutter, right? It's huge, it's heavy too, man. Unlike the bolt cutter, you see there's no sharp tip. This tip is for 532, a quarter, or 5/16. I'm gonna be using a quarter because my cable is a quarter inch cable. So I'll be using that hole to crimp my piece, showing you how to do it yourself. And by no means am I an expert, so this is not professional advice. This is just someone who, hey man, trying to save a buck, doing it myself. You feel me? Just follow along. You see how I did it. You can pretty much do it yourself. You don't have to do it the way I did it. Do it the way you want to do it, but I'm just showing you what's about to work for me. Anyway, so this is all you need. You just need your crimp tool. I got it off Amazon. It was only like 90 bucks. You know what I'm saying? 90 bucks to get that, or pay like 150, 200 for somebody to repair it at a winch shop. You get me? And you know, like I said, I'm running with the original hook that's on here because it's snapped in the middle. So I'm just connecting that piece back to the original piece. And then I'm gonna tape it off, cap it off nice, and I'm gonna test it, run it through, and see how it go. Plus, I got this tool for further future, references if I need to use it for something else. Because I plan on getting another trailer with a bigger winch, and I'm sure it's gonna use that 5/16. If it use that 5/16 slot, then I'll be able to have this to fix that in case it breaks. Because when you're hauling, man, sometimes shit happens. Like, I had this winch hooked up to an inop, pulling it on, tow truck guy in the rear. He had the back pulling it because I had to pull it on while he pulled it to the side, and I would pull it on more, then he would pull it to the side. I would pull it on more until we got it eventually on the trailer. Because the problem was the inop wheels were curved, they were turned left. So every time we try to pull, of course, the car, it would want to turn left. Look at the kitty cat jump up there. So we had to change that out and get that straight. Yep. Say hey, Gray. Gray. That's Gray back, y'all. That's my little rescue. He's not really, well, he's my cat. Of course, when you feed an animal straight, they're gonna hang around. Anyway, so I'm gonna go ahead and begin working on this. Let's see what we come up with. I'm gonna show you in a second, you'll see a better view of it, but if you can see, this is split, right? Bring the camera a little closer. Yeah, so see how it's split? I did that. I really actually re-braided it back together. I unbraided it and re-braided it back together. So we're gonna go ahead and snip this off and get a clean line. Get my gloves on so I don't get poked like a pinata, get to squealing like a pig. Them little things hurt too, man. I don't know if you ever been poked by a wire, but man, them little things do not feel comfortable. Finally down to the nitty gritty. Like I said, we got our 2 wires, right? This is where it broke off at. So we're gonna swage it out like this. We're gonna put a little space between it. Like we're gonna have a swage sleeve here, and we're gonna have a swage sleeve here. Okay, in 2 places. That's how it's gonna be like that. So we're gonna get the first swage sleeve. We're gonna stick that in that hole, right? It'll be about right here. That's how I want it. Depending on the diameter of your wire, like this is a 1/4 inch, you determines how many crimps you do. When you have a 1/4 inch cable, you need 4. So I'm gonna crimp it 4 times, like 1, 2, 3, and 4 on each one, and leave a little space, a little space between each impression. So that's the way they say do it online. Like I said, I'm not an expert. This is my first time doing this actually. So we're learning together, okay? And on that note, let's take a sip of this good tea, because without that tea, where would we be without tea? Just really good for you. It promotes great health. So now we got that done. This is about good enough. That way when it bends inside the pulley, they'll be separated from each other where it won't cause won't bulk up or clog up the pulley. So we're about to crimp this and get this on out the way. So they say when you crimp, you're supposed to put them in sideways and not flat. So I'm gonna nip off that end where it's frayed at. The first one will be at the very tip at the end. And it looks like I have plenty of room. And so it gets pretty dark quick. You'll see it looks like it's where it needs to be. And we want to put the first one, like I say, on the tip of it. We want her to be on the tip, the very tip on the first crimp. So we're gonna pull it down where we got her even. All right, there we go. Okay, right there. That's perfect. So now let's crimp it. Let's crimp it, baby. All right, so let's crimp it and see what happens. I got a little pressure on it. It ain't going nowhere. Okay, it's crimping. All right, perfect. She was able to squeeze all the way in. You see? All right, so you can see. Let's open up the crimp tool and get it out of there, and let's show you the results, okay? On the first crimp. And now, like I said, I'll just do this myself real quick and knock it out and show y'all later. But you see the difference. There you go. So that was the first one, and it's on there tight. It locked all the way around. We'll just do that 3 more times, because it's 4 total, and then that'll be done. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and finish up 3 more impressions. When I'm done, and I'll let you guys see the final ending results, okay? I'll test it Tuesday when I pick that inop up. I'll record and show you it. And as you see, I got the first crimp. That thing ain't pulling out of there. It ain't going nowhere. Tip off and get a clean tip and tape it. That way, it's a done data. And hope this was enough to get you where you're going. Take a look at this repair. So we put some swage sleeves on here. And as you see, I got 1, 2, 3, 4 impressions there. Let's go down to this other one. Same, 1, 2, 3, 4. It looks pretty solid. I need to clean this off, the little fray out. I'm gonna tape it up in a second. And I'm gonna cut this off and tape that up too. I'm gonna cut it about right there, tape it up. And let's see how it works as far as feeding it into the actual winch. So I try to put most of the slack over on the right side, so the left side I'll have some space to put these two, these two casings can fit in there. They're not that big, so it should be able to fit. So anyway, let's see how it go. Pull it on the line here, a little slack. So let's test it and see. Here we go. We're gonna start running it over on this side. Coming on the other side. And it keeps sitting there perfect. Look, number one is in there. There it goes. There's number two. Perfect. Now once that's in there, it ain't going nowhere. Oh man, that's perfect. And so here's the end of the line. Oh, 4th of July. I mean, sound like 4th of July, but yeah, yesterday was New Year's. But yeah, so I was able to take the pulley off, put it on this end of the repair. And as you see, it's in there, man. Like, plenty of space. Take it all the way in and see what we're looking like. With this winch being fixed. Put a little tension on it. All right, so it worked. Everything's back on there as it was. Get that slack, but anyway, it's on there. So I'm gonna fly back out one more time. So we're gonna fly it out a little bit. It's got stuck in there. It ain't stuck, it just got caught on that little lip. So just keep in mind right there when it's coming out, it just got caught right there. You just pull it out, it's fine. Let's say I don't have to even tape that off. I'm gonna cut it off for cosmetic reasons, but I'm gonna cut it and tape it with some nice gaffer tape. It should hold it. And then that side too, it's not as bad, but that's about it. All right, so I usually hook it right here, and then I'll pull it back in. Bring my snatch block, everything back up this way. We'll latch it, and we'll bring it back in. Because I'm going up to Kentucky, and I hate to go way up there only to not be able to get my load because the winch didn't work. So I feel a lot confident because I was gonna do the holly knot again, but I figured why do the holly knot and take chances of it breaking, versus just, sorry about that, versus putting it on the right way. So now it's fixed and it's actually done with some crimp sleeves. And so now she's not going nowhere, and that's how I want it. I want it to be able to do its thing, you know what I'm saying? So I got my Star Wars light on. But anyway, so that's it. Anyway, I'm out, homie. Peace. and tell me what you think. Anyway, I'm out, homie. Peace.